Hello everyone, hope you're all well and thanks very much for all the support with my videos. Today I'm on the banks of the Grand Canal in Dublin. As you can see, running the gauntlet of barricades that were erected by Waterways Ireland in response to the immigration chaos just further on down the canal at Charlemont Street Bridge. It's about 60 or 70 tents covered in tarpaulin. And the response by the authorities is to barricade and block off public spaces. As you can see here, absolutely disgraceful. I contacted Waterways Ireland around this and no response. Typically no response. But of course there's always plenty of money in the immigration industry. Absolutely huge amount of money. Has huge safety concerns because of the erection of the barriers and huge money being made. In an Oireachtas committee, Public Accounts Committee a number of days ago, Waterways Ireland admitted that €125,000 has been spent of public money on the clean-up and sanitary costs and erection of the barricades, all the way up as far as Robert Emmet Bridge, Harold's Cross Bridge, just up the canal from here. And the cost of those barriers have been, to date, over €40,000. €40,000 since the 9th of May. Huge amount of money. Now they've come back and said that they have 4 options to deal with this. One of the options is to remove the barriers, which is the proper option because it's a public amenity, public space. Second option is remove the barriers and patrol the areas. And the third option they stated was to leave the barriers there long term. Absolute lunacy. And the fourth idea is that they're trying to push it forward is to accelerate the plans for landscaping and biodiversity scheme. Now they have this plan for biodiversity and recreation and animation of the canal. And who knows how that plan's going to pan out, or what it even means, or what it even entails, because the canal was pretty okay the way it was initially for biodiversity and for people to use. But of course, they wouldn't spend the money on investing in doing up the canal, because as you're walking on, you can see the amount of rubbish it's been thrown into the canal, particularly up around further up along the canal from Harold's Cross Bridge up as far as Dolphin's Barn. But of course, no, we can't do that. Make money for the immigration industry. And they've done quite a bit in the last number of months in terms of tent removal. There was claims of this Oireachtas committee that on the 9th of May they cleared 107 tents, 23rd there was 89 tents, and then on the 30th of May there was 87 tents cleared. So it's about a 2 or 3 kilometre stretch of the Grand Canal. The weekly rate, as I said, is about well over €5,500. So well over €800 a day for these barricades. And there's no plan. The plan is to keep them in place, keep the place barricaded off and not deal with the crisis around us. This is a fallout of the immigration chaos that should be stopped. As I said, I've contacted Waterways Ireland around this. Of course they're not going to respond. But it's important that our public amenity should be used and money should be properly spent by Waterways Ireland, who have control over the canal. I wonder, was the planning considerations taken into account? They say they're temporary, but surely they have to get planning permission to put some sort of long-term structures in place like they do up here on the Grand Canal. But of course, they can circumvent all the legislation because they're unaccountable. Waterways Ireland don't even have a board. They have a chief executive officer and they're north-south, they're accountable to the north-south ministerial bodies which haven't met Well, they discussed it, I think, back in 2021 about having a board. So, another quango set up that's unaccountable, carrying out this at the behest of the Irish political establishment by not dealing with the immigration chaos, by not addressing it, by not coming up with real solutions for it in terms of dealing with it. But of course, they've always answered by the draconian, nonsensical responses. But again, sinisterly, there's a lot of people making serious money from this. So thanks for the support on my videos. Let's highlight this and put the more pressure on these so-called authorities who are supposed to be serving our communities, but are more interested in standing up for the status quo and not addressing the crises that we face day by day. And as I said, it's absolutely horrific what's happening up along this stretch of the Grand Canal. It's barricaded off permanently, and maybe the plans are to keep stretching this as far as possible. Maybe it'll reach Kildare, maybe it'll go to Robertstown, who knows where it's going to end. But there's plenty of money in the immigration industry, and this is one case in point to who profits from it. So thanks for the support on my videos. Please press subscribe to my YouTube channel. And from Dublin today, take care. Bye bye.